Shut up and sit down.
Hey everyone, do you think you're a football genius? Or do you just want to win $300? Well, guess what? The time is now, and now is the time. Join PlayActionPools.com and search for the BBO NYG Podcast Pick'em Pool. Pick every game each week in the NFL season with the spread, and if at the end of the year you are in first place, you're getting paid. Hurry up and log on. Find out how you're eligible to win this prize. Hey, what's up, Giants fam? Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast. I'm Mike. That's John. There's no Jules this week. Jules all of a sudden just decides he wants out. He left the podcast for good. He's done with us. He's become a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So, I mean, we knew he was in trouble after the past couple of weeks with his rants, how he don't believe in the Giants. But hey, listen, man, if you want to turn to another side like that Eagles fan or the Skins fan or Dallas fan, we want nothing to do with you. So peace, Jules. John,
Sorry, Jules. Oh man, it's fucking game week, baby. It's fucking game week.
It is game week, man. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. I know Jules is pretty happy about it, but Jules is missing tonight's little podcast because he has a draft. They didn't tell it. He told us about it at 7:29 when we're recording at 7:30 tonight. So thanks a lot, Jules, for leaving us out to dry. But we got to hold this down, man. You know what it is. But the Giants, man, that game week is here, man. I'm so fucking pumped. I don't know how everybody is not just totally fucking going nuts for the football season. Why is everybody panicking, John? Why are they panicking over Nate Soldier getting a start at right tackle? That might be a fucking good thing. And you know why? I'll tell you why. Because it's nice to have a veteran over there that knows what he's doing. I mean, don't forget, we're going against, guys like, the Denver Broncos front with Von Miller. So maybe you want to throw that little veteran presence in there to kind of ease the young man in there. And, just because he's starting or named a starter or starter on depth chart doesn't mean a thing. Fucking Matty P's probably going to come in there probably during this game and give him a couple breaks here and there. What do you think, Sean?
I actually 100% agree with you. And I think they're going to do the same thing on left guard too. I think Solder will get the start, which you would have asked me at any point during this entire offseason. I would have told you it was Matt Peart, but apparently Matt Peart is Peart, whatever.
Yep.
Matty P up to snuff, unfortunately. So you know what? He was a third round pick out of UConn. You know what? He's going to take time to develop. We wanted it to be for this season. We wanted it to be for last season, frankly. But
yeah.
You know what? If they can split the load, maybe do a 60-40, 65-35 split in favor of Solder in week one, maybe more closer to 50-50 in week two. And then, if Parrott's performing, then maybe you can give him, more of the lion's share of the rep going forward, but, kind of ease him in slowly, like people were saying they were going to do with Saquon.
Right.
For the Hollywood factor with, Nate Solder, starting out in New England, winning Super Bowls, signing a big contract, coming over here, having an okay, not great, but okay season 2018. And then obviously all that shit that happened with his family in 2019 with his son, and then 2020 with COVID. It would be really Hollywood and really cool to see him, start this new position, beat out the young buck and perform well. One of the biggest misconceptions in the NFL, I think, is you need to have 5 all-pro, offensive linemen in order to just function as an offense. And that's simply not true. If you have 2 good offensive linemen, or 2, really good offensive linemen, a good one and a few serviceable ones, it's not going to stop your offense. And you know what? If that's where the bar is going to be set, I'm okay with Nate Solder kind of, getting his last, moments in the sun maybe this season. And, maybe after that he goes into retirement. But I don't think it's cause for concern on this as far as the season's concerned. I think it's more just a cause for concern over Matt Peart, in general.
Well, maybe it's a concern because, he's been dealing with his back, for all preseason. Shout out to Nick, one of the one of the guys on Twitter, he brought that up, and you almost kind of forget about it because they don't make it such a big deal about it, like injury wise with the Giants. So
Yeah.
like he had back issues all during the fucking summer, all during camp. So you know what, Nate came in there and Nate played pretty well. Like he's a vet. He knows what the fuck he's doing. And I tell you what, man, if we have Nate and he just goes out and plays a phenomenal game against Denver, it would shut up so many people. And then we still have Matty P that's going to get healthy, maybe gets healthy in, a couple extra days before the Washington game because, after Denver, we go right into Washington on that Thursday night. So that's not an easy schedule. That's not an easy front to deal with, pretty much like on a break like that. So, I mean, we'll see. Like, and let's root for the guys. Let's not fucking be all fucking Debbie Downers and fucking whine about it. Like everybody's on fucking Twitter. You know what I mean? It's fucking a little bit. It's a little bit annoying.
Fucking preach, bro. It's so annoying.
I'm more worried about fucking Shane Lemieux playing. Like, I mean, listen, I like Bredesen. I think he could be a pretty good fucking ball player for us. But I don't know if like Lemieux's gonna last the whole game. Like, but he is starting, so maybe that is a good sign because he's got that partial tear of the patella tendon.
Dude, he is going to be on the edge of a knife the entire season. Hopefully he's a tough son of a bitch and he's able to kind of muscle through the entire season. Hey, listen, there was a number of Giants last year that played through injury the entire season. Darius Slayton, Andrew Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
There were guys who played hurt the entire season because that's the culture they're setting. They want guys who are tough guys who are going to go out there and play football for the team and be there for the team. Shane Lemieux is one of those wild cards, man, because they obviously they saw something in him enough to not only draft him in the fifth round last year, which okay, it's a roll of the dice, but the fact that they didn't go harder to upgrade guard just tells listen, you can hear what anybody says. Their actions will tell you really what their intentions are the vast majority of the time. And them not going out there and, at least in free agency or in whatchamacallit, and making sure you had a starting caliber offensive guard, I think that tells you that they really, really see something in Shane Lemieux. And I think we should just let him play before we really got to get too hard on him.
Well, a lot of people were worried about like, oh, we should have drafted Slater now because the news is coming out with, fucking Nate starting. So like the Twitter world's panicking. We should have fucking drafted Slater, like at offensive line. We should have got somebody else in the second. I'm like, but it's done, man. It's fucking done. So you just gotta fucking chill. Giants Twitter, man. Like some of the like Giants Twitter, like the negative Giants Twitter needs like a mute button, like where we could just fucking mute all them for like a little while. Or like for good, so I don't have to hear this fucking negativity. I mean, we get enough from like the beat writers saying like, "Oh, it's done. Gettleman's going to get fired. The offensive line he was supposed to fix that like years ago." Like, yeah, I mean, just like enough. You know what I mean? I'm like, this. Let me break it down to you. This. Let me tell you what happened like before Dave Gettleman got here, in case you didn't know. And like
educate him, Mike.
Dude, I have to because it's just. It pisses me off, like when Jerry Reese, like he don't get like enough like bad rap because Gettleman had to come and fix the mess. So basically, like we had like a 2017 draft, right? So who we draft? We drafted Evan Ingram, right? Guy that can't catch. He's getting a lot of heat, past couple of years, rightfully so. But TJ Watt was right behind him, like a couple picks down. Giants needed a pass rush. TJ Watt was there. Okay.
Is that true?
Dude,
I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, that's very true. I mean,
bro.
Fucking TJ Watt.
Repressed memories, apparently.
Right. I mean, you see, I know you gotta get it kind of fried, but like, dude, I mean, TJ Watt's a fucking beast. Besides, like, if a regular person don't even have to know like anything about football, like if you know JJ Watt and his brother plays football, you might want to fucking sign him, or draft him.
Yeah,
he's got to be good.
Unicorn, fucking Evan Ingram, man. That's just Jerry Reese in a nutshell, bro. It's combine, fucking underwear, Olympics. That's who he drafts. But go ahead.
That's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. But yeah, like I was saying, though, so I was going, through history of like, Jerry Reese's fucking draft. So, besides the 2007, now let's go back to 2016. Larry Tunsil, got fucking, he's supposed to be like the number 2 pick or whatever, the offensive tackle. and he got caught with a fucking gas mask on, smoking weed. You know what I mean? So his fucking value dropped. I don't understand that. He's just like a little weed. Like everybody fucking does it. You gotta fucking make this dude
I'm gonna
almost
smoke it right
drop.
now.
You know, like who gives this shit? And you're making this dude drop out the first round. Like he just has to sit there and fucking block people. He smokes a little weed in college. Like fucking relax, people, you know? So they all fucking panicked. But you know what? We needed offensive line, and he was right there for us. And guess who we take instead of him? We take Eli fucking Apple.
Or could
Like
you imagine?
what the fuck, right? So that's just another Jerry Reese blown first round pick, right? And then let's go back again to 2015, right? So all of a sudden, like, oh man, we need offensive tackle help. So we'll draft Eric Flowers, you know,
Oh
out of
my God.
Miami. His rep coming out of college was like, yo, he's a fucking fat, lazy piece of shit. Whatever. We fucking draft him, right? Okay, he's a big fucking guy. Oh, maybe he'll fucking turn around and fucking NFL. Never happened, right? But instead, Todd Gurley was right there to be drafted. Todd fucking Gurley, okay? And now let's just go back to 2014 because everybody loves the fucking boy, Odell Beckham Jr., right? So we drafted him. He was so exciting for us. He's catching passes, going for touchdowns. He's amazing. But you know who else was there behind him? Fucking Aaron Donald, a guy that single-handedly totally changed a fucking shitty defense in the Rams. One guy. He made that defense what it is. And now we could have had him. So thanks a lot,
Bro,
Jerry Reese.
I mean, listen, we're obviously using 2020 hindsight with this exercise, but the reality of the situation when you look back over that, it was 14, 15, 16, and 17, 4 years. The picks you ended up getting versus what was immediately after that, it's like getting stabbed and then someone pissing in the fucking wounds. Because it's not only that you took a bad player or the wrong player in Odell's case, but you also like it wasn't even like, oh, there was really nobody after him anyways. It's not a big deal. You would have got a B plus player. You're gonna miss here and there. But for there to be borderline Hall of Famers every single one of those drafts after, it's just bananas. It's just bananas. Hey, listen, man. The haters are gonna listen to you say that right now, and they're gonna say, "Oh, Andrew Thomas and Tristan Wirfs," even though left tackle and right tackle, two different positions.
Right.
Oh, there's edge rushers on both sides. It doesn't matter about the edge rushers on both sides. What matters is the quarterback's vision. That's what makes left tackle more important. Not because you're going to have a better or weaker or whatever the story edge rusher. It's because of the fact that the quarterback cannot see if he's a right-handed quarterback, which is the vast majority of professional quarterbacks. That's why it's more important. Then you go back the year before that. Oh my God, you took fucking Daniel Jones. You could have did this. You could have did that. Saquon the year. So the same thing stands true for Gettleman, but at least in Gettleman's case, you can have this year, and if Andrew Thomas plays adequate, plays like a top 15 tackle, that's not really asking that much of a fourth overall pick. It's really not. So you ask him, okay, maybe be the 20th best in fucking pass defense, but be the top 5 again with run blocking, and then you're in the top 15 tackles. Then you have Daniel Jones can go out there, and if he can play well because he actually is going to get protected, and Saquon Barkley, now all of a sudden those draft picks look like they could be fucking something.
Yeah, we are fucking stacked now, man. Well, I can't wait to Sunday, man. 4:00. It's a game time. It's gonna be fantastic to have all his weapons. I mean, sure, they're not gonna play a full game. They're gonna get in there here and there, but they'll be there. They'll be fucking playing. So I mean, watch out, man. Sky's the limit with all these weapons. I just hope we have a good day against that Denver front. I hope they hold their own and they just prove to people like, hey, listen, you were talking all this shit. Where you at now? Like we held their own, but I still think they're gonna have their ups and downs. They're gonna give up sacks. I mean, it's Von Miller, for Christ's sake. Like he's gonna get sacks. Who he is. He has a name like for being one of the most dominant pass rushers in the fucking game. I mean, you look what he did in the Super Bowl against Carolina. He pretty much won it. Peyton Manning didn't win that fucking Super Bowl for him. Fucking Von Miller did. He's a fucking animal. So listen, we're gonna go against like fucking stud people. If we hold our own and maybe we give up a couple sacks here and there, no big deal. Everybody just needs to not fucking panic and we'll be all right.
Just gotta win games. That's really all it comes down to. Is when people start winning games, now all of a sudden fucking all narratives fall away. It's just unfortunately the nature of the beast. The average, the layman fan isn't interested in a nuanced conversation about football. They're saying, "Oh, did they win or did they lose?" That's it. That's as far as most people's brains will take them. So that's why we do this podcast. We could talk a little bit about more, a little more in depth,
Yeah.
a little more
Yep.
understanding of what's actually going on. Yeah, man. Fucking, I think we're under 5 days at this point, bro. We went
That's
through this
crazy.
entire fucking off season making shows. I think we missed 1 week the entire off season,
Right.
and now we have our big blue offensives. Week 1, first of our fucking life game week fucking podcast, man.
Dude,
It's a shame we got to talk about bad shit, but there's a lot to be excited about, and I think me and you did a good job with people who listen to us, providing them with like a beacon for something positive, and I think that we should fucking continue to do that, bro.
Dude, I mean, it's all like it's cool to have like a nice perspective. Like when Jules goes on, it's like negativity. Like it makes for good like conversation, makes for good fucking like podcasting. But I don't get like the whole negativity about like as far as like the media in general, like the sports media, the beat writers, like everybody except for like Art Stapleton. Like Art Stapleton, man, he's fucking awesome, man. Like if you don't follow him, follow him on Twitter. He goes right back to people, man. And the Giants fan that tweeted the BBO podcast over the Gettleman, tweet that I put out there.
Mm-hmm.
God bless that fucking guy. So there's good people at fucking at the media level, but a lot of them just put out these negative stories, man. I mean, I guess it's clickbait or whatever the fuck it is, but and then these people fall for it. Then they all start to fucking panic. I'm like, we haven't got to week 1 yet. It's almost here, but we haven't fucking played the game. Like, can you just fucking watch the game and fucking relax and stop fucking sweating all the other outside noise? Like, man, I can't, like, it must be hard to be like a fucking player in New York to have to deal with these fucking assholes that fucking ask these dumb questions to you after every fucking game, practice, and all that shit. Would drive me fucking mad. I would pull like a Ryan Leaf where I'll just like try to fucking choke a reporter. You know what I mean? It must get under these guys' skin so much.
That's why it takes a special type of person, a special type of athlete to be able to be successful in this market. It takes the personality of Derek Jeter, Eli Manning, that type of just Teflon fucking attitude. Like, I'm going to go about my business. You could fucking support me. You could not. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and do what the fuck I got to do.
Yeah.
And listen, for some reason, half this fan base roots against Daniel Jones. It's the most bananas thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's crazy.
But that kid's got the same personality, and we'll see where his career takes him. I think he's going to be very successful. I think that he's going to be a guy who brings a Lombardi back at some point to New York. I'd like to say this year, but I think in the 2020s, we will have a parade down the Canyon of Heroes, and Daniel Jones will be the quarterback of our team, and it may happen more than one time if you like Joe Judge enough.
You know what I want to see happen? I want to see Daniel Jones be like, he'd be signing footballs and giving it out to all the fucking hot girls in New York he bangs. Because if you ever heard the Jeter story where he used to like sign baseballs and give them like a gift basket, they sign like all these women, like hot women, like they sign like NDA agreements so they can't talk about their relationship, which is just fucking genius. That's what I want to see Daniel Jones do. I want to see him roll it up with fucking like, I don't know, fucking Miley Cyrus or the fucking Olivia Rodrigo chick. Like, I don't know.
Who is the most plain Jane celebrity that there is? That's who I want.
Oh, wow.
I want him with a Giselle. I don't want him with a Kardashian.
No. If you go, you can't imagine him with a fucking Kardashian. He'd be, he'll have like fucking gold teeth and dreadlocks and shit by the time he's fucking done with those fucking.
Could you imagine the fucking fans out here, bro? Jesus Christmas.
But
to your point about like the whole negativity thing, that's just what sells in this market, and it's a reflection on the fan base as to why that's what sells. Because the rest of the league, they don't do that shit. They do it here. Maybe there's a couple of towns like Philly and Boston where they'll skirt the line, but it is a rare commodity to have a conference fucking or a press conference with 20 beat writers and each one of them write venomous things about you pretty fucking regularly, if not every single week. And you have to look at these people in the face, answer their questions respectfully. That way they don't fucking torture you even more. Like I said, it goes back to you got to have thick skin, and that's part of the reasons why Dave Gettleman drafted Daniel Jones, and that's frankly part of the reasons why I think that he was kind of made for this team. Just that kind of like eerie similarity to Eli's personality and the way he carries himself and stuff like that. the fact that the fuck's the coach David Cutcliffe was his quarterback coach, all these different things. It just feels like there's a reason for us to be optimistic about this kid, and pessimistic about our fan base, because you know what, once we make the playoffs, what I see happening, okay, well, you're good enough to make the playoffs, but you're not good enough to fucking go anywhere. We need to tear it down. Then it's okay, you got to the NFC Championship game. Oh, great, you won a couple of playoff games, but you're not good enough to fucking win the Super Bowl, tear it down. Then it's going to be, okay, you got to the Super Bowl, but you didn't win the Super Bowl. So that's just what it's going to be until they actually have the trophy that will be the nail in the coffin in their argument.
Yeah,
and it's an annoying part about being a fan in New York, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I can see like us winning the Super Bowl, but like a field goal, and then all these haters be like, "Oh, but he missed that block. We're lucky. We got lucky. We only get that field goal. He caught the ball on the side of his helmet." They'll fucking make some stupid shit up.
Dude, Eli Manning, fucking in both Super Bowls, fucking made two of the most iconic passes the sport has ever seen.
Ever.
What do you hear all the time? His defense is one of it.
Yeah, his defense. Yeah, his defense.
Even 15 years almost, bro. 15 years, and this motherfucker can't rest because people are still going for his neck.
It's no respect, man.
18-0. 18-0 in the goddamn Super Bowl as a 25-year-old fucking kid went out and slayed the biggest dragon the NFL's ever fucking seen. And still, within his own fan base, they still soil his name. Fucking be ashamed of yourself, fucking disgraceful bastards.
That's a good take. Yeah, dude, I remember that year when we won the 18-0 shit, like, because like New England was just on fire, dude. And I like to bet, I like to gamble. I was betting New England every week. The spreads kept getting higher and higher. They covered everything. They were blowing teams out.
Yeah, like, blowing teams out,
destroying people. Fucking Randy Moss catching everything in sight. That he had like 50 touchdowns between him and Brady. It was out of control, man. I remember having Randy Moss on one of my fantasy teams. I was fucking lighting shit up, man. But just goes to show you, man, you need special people to play in New York with that cool demeanor, and it kind of gets you through those fucking big moments. And look at Eli Manning, and hopefully Daniel Jones is the same exact way. I can't wait till he gets out there and play, because what he showed me, like, during practice last year, the games, this year in the preseason game, my man is accurate. Like I said last week, dude, he just puts the ball in these guys' hands that where he can make, they could get those yak yards. And I tell you, with this offense, with guys like Tony going to be able to play, and Galladay, and then Barkley out the backfield, it's going to be fucking nuts. It might just shock everybody, like the way the offense comes out. And then it's going to set people like, oh my God, our offense is fucking great. They look like the Rams back in the day, the fucking turf fucking monsters, whatever the fuck they were called. People are going to be
greatest show on turf, yeah.
They're going to be the greatest show on turf. They're going to be picking up fucking Daniel Jones on fucking fantasy football. They're going to be picking up Tony Shepard that hasn't got picked up yet. It's going to be out of control, man. You'll see.
I agree, bro. I fucking agree. And if you wanted to use that as a jumping off point to our fucking bold predictions for this season that Jules fucking left us on.
You want to take a quick commercial break?
He never even answered. I texted him. I asked him, so you want to give your bold prediction before the season starts? And he's like, nah, fuck you guys.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah, once he's in a fucking little fantasy football draft, that's all he cares about. I'm like, dude, get over fantasy football, man. You got a podcast to do. You're 50. Relax.
50.
But let's take a quick commercial break on the BBO NYG podcast, and we'll be right back to talk bold predictions. All right, guys, we are back with the BBO NYG podcast. John, we're talking bold predictions, man. I want to hear your bold predictions first.
So you want off? I did 3 bold predictions, positive bold predictions, and then I wanted to do 1 negative, but I can't.
It's hard to do.
I can't remember. I had a good one. Oh, I know what it is. Okay.
You probably should have just asked Jules for the 1 negative. He's good at that.
Yeah, seriously. He would have just automatically did 3 negatives and 1 positive. Positives only 17 games this season.
I'm trying to throw as much zingers into Jules so when he listens, you know what I mean? Yeah, so let me hear it, dude. I really didn't come up with any bold predictions or any negative ones, but I'm just gonna predict like the score pretty much, and that'll give you my bold prediction pretty much. So go ahead.
So John. I did season long bold predictions. As far as Saquon's concerned, right? I think my first bold prediction: Saquon is going to have a combined 2,100 yards. I think it's going to be 14-7, a good 67 to 33% split. With rushing and passing, obviously, rushing for 1,400, and I think that's not so much of a bold prediction, seeing how he's already done it, and it will really just be a matter of him staying healthy.
Yeah.
I think where the improvement comes is the 20 touchdowns. I think he's going to go over 20 touchdowns. I think there's going to be outside, like, he's going to chase down LaDainian Tomlinson, fucking Adrian Peterson, like mid 20s. Can he get there? Can he get up? And like, that's the level of player that Saquon is. And again, the Giants offensive line didn't pass protect well, but they did fucking run block well from week 9, whatever it was, all the way through the rest of the season. They, to the point where a 3-year veteran in Wayne Gallman was all of a sudden being talked about as better than Saquon Barkley by a large portion of the fucking fan base. That's how good the Giants offensive line started run blocking last year. So I think behind the better run blocking offensive line, but with the weapons that they have, I think Saquon can really break out and do like a 10-10 split on touchdowns and fucking be over 20.
I mean, don't forget he has the extra game. So you have to factor that in too. So like maybe it might be easier to get to those numbers, because I like Vegas knows too. So like Vegas has like, their main fantasy leagues. They have Barkley still up there as one of the top rushers to get a lot of yards, and you could tell if Vegas knows, like, pretty much it's you can take that to the bank literally. So I'm expecting Barkley to have one of those type years too, man. Like, I thought we were just going over bold predictions for the first game, so I'll give you that. For the first game, like, I'm thinking the Giants are going to score 31 points. I'm thinking right.
You took the number right off my fucking head, bro.
Dude, so like I just got the feeling, man. 31. I think 4 touchdowns, a field goal. I think we might be like right there, and probably like our defense wise, I think maybe we give up like a fluke touchdown. So maybe I was gonna say 31-3, but like, come on, like I got to give him some kind of thing, So let me give him one touch. I'll go 31-7. I think the Giants just come out and dominate, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck do I write tomorrow?"
Did we wake up a sleeping giant? I had them 31-13 in the first game of the season. That's what I think is going to happen. Maybe 30, maybe 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. That's my 27, but whatever. It's something in that ballpark. But I think it's going to be. I don't want to say it's going to be a laugher right out of the gate. I think it'll, they're gonna. I can see them scoring on their first drive. I can see us, getting the ball on the first drive, scoring a touch on the first drive, and then, like, everybody feeling good, and then maybe sputter on the next drive or whatever it is. But I can see them winning by like 7 or 10 by halftime, and then by the time the game's over, it's got you got a 14-17 point lead on the Broncos. They're not going to have the ability to be able to run and gun. Like, Teddy Bridgewater's going to be their quarterback, and he's a game manager, but he's not going out there throwing for 4 fucking touchdowns, bro.
No.
He's just not. And they can't lean in their run game. I'm not saying they don't have a run game, but we have a damn good run defense, especially with Danny Shelton in here now.
Oh, yeah.
We have a damn good run defense. So if they're going to be sitting back there, man, and 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10.
Oh, I would love that.
Series, bro, they're not going to be able to score 25 fucking points. It's not fucking going to happen.
Take that all day.
So it's easily a 31-13. That's what I think it's going to be, 31-13.
Oh, dude, that'll be great for them to tee up on Teddy Bridgewater. I'm like, are people really scared of fucking Teddy Bridge? Like, come on.
Yeah, bro.
He's not gonna fucking.
Do you know what a eunuch is? Did you see Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking eunuchs. That's all. I got no fucking balls.
No fucking balls.
Yeah.
Fucking overrated orange.
Overrated orange. Yeah. Rest in peace, Jules.
Overrated.
My
Jules.
second bold prediction for the season should become as no surprise. Daniel Jones, 4,000 yards combined with 35 combined touchdowns. I think it just goes
4,035.
Yeah, 17 games at.
Yeah.
I think Saquon's staying healthy this season, and if he can play to his rookie numbers, his rookie rate, he scored 2.5 touchdowns a game times 17 games is 42.5 touchdowns. So I'm being ultra conservative, saying 35 touchdowns.
Right. I'm gonna have to go
Sorry,
with
haters. It's just what it is.
yeah. I mean, I'll go with the game this week. Going against that fucking defense, which they got fucking terrific corners. I'm gonna go with Daniel Jones, maybe throwing like 250. Probably 250
Okay.
yards wise, and maybe I think he gets two touchdowns, but I think Barkley gets the other two. I
That's
think
exactly
Barkley
what I
runs.
think, right?
I think Barkley runs them in. I think that'd be a nice fucking story. Will Barkley get his first touchdown? I can't wait to like him celebrating because that's coming on Sunday. I can't wait to his celebration, see what he does. He might start crying. I might start crying. I can't wait to fucking Barkley gets back, man. It's gonna be, this team is like it's different, man. It's talented. How can nobody like how can not everybody just be excited about this shit, man? Like look at the team we got on paper compared to the past fucking few years. I mean, you kidding me? It's like fucking night and day, man.
It's a personality feel, man. That's what it just comes down to,
The
bro.
locker room, yeah.
It's a personality flow with the fans that they just are looking for. You could look at any situation in the world and find a positive and a negative. You just can. So it doesn't matter if it's sports, it doesn't matter if it's your job, your commute, it doesn't matter if it's your dick size, whatever it is, you're going to be able to find a positive and a negative for whatever the circumstances are. And you can choose to either look at the positive or you can choose to look at the negative. But that's all you're doing. You have no effect on anything as far as sports are concerned with your negative fucking bullshit. You're just choosing to feel a negative way about your team because you can't look at this roster. You can't look at this coaching staff. You can't look at what this team has done in the off seasons the last couple of years and not be even remotely excited to be going into the season thinking we're going to get slapped around every week. It just shows like how weak people really fucking are and how dumb.
Yeah, but just to be like that way now, like why are you that way now? I could see if we're 0-6 again.
Feel good, bro.
But if we're 0-6 again to start the year, right? Then I get it. I get people being like, negative, all fucking down, like your team sucks. That fucking shit happens. But to go into the season thinking that's like maybe that's a possibility. We start fucking we lose the first 4 games or whatever, or the first 6, whatever I just said. Like, can you imagine like just thinking that way? Like I go into every year thinking, all right, we got this, we're gonna fucking win. Even though in the back of my mind, I'm like, it might be one of those fucking tough seasons, but this year, like I don't have any of those fucking thoughts. I like the team we have. I'm excited about it. Like I want to see how far they can go, man. They're well coached. So like, listen, man. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, fucking sky's the limit. Shit.
How I describe it is the past several years, unfortunately, you can find a path to them being successful and understand that the road might be a little more narrow than what you'd like. But it's not like there's not a road. It's a narrow path. You got to really have things kind of, work out and stay healthy, this, and that. And I don't think even last year falls into that. I feel like if Saquon doesn't get hurt, that team wins 9 or 10 games last year and runs away with the division based on the fact that no one else had more than 7 wins. Charity, fucking Washington team. This season, like it's a completely different fucking story. Like the road is wide. They have depth. They have options. They have different things that they could do. And it's not so much like, oh, they're going to be a little bit better here. They're going to be a little bit better in a lot of different places. And that's what creates exponential growth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not just Daniel Jones taking a step. It's what if Daniel Jones takes a step, the offensive line takes a step, the wide receivers all stay healthy and come together, the tight ends figure out how to fucking play football correctly, and I guess that really is more Evan Ingram. I think Caden Smith is fucking
just one guy.
Just one guy.
Just one.
You have a path for domination,
right?
And it's just as likely as them fucking sucking at this point.
Right. I mean, listen, yeah, I mean, you're right. You said it, like they got better, like collectively in certain areas, like all areas. But their strengths are like their fucking secondary. That's one of their strengths. I got heat for tweeting out that shit like the Giants have a pass rush. People are like, what pass rush? I'm like, don't you see like the people we have? Like, don't you see the pass rush? Aziz, fucking. Carter's back. Like he brought the fucking heat. Our inside guys, Dex and fucking Leonard, they get the fucking pressure. So, like, it's coming. Peppers could step up in the box and fucking get in the fucking backfield. Like, I mean, you wait to see. Like, we don't have a pass rush. Get the fuck out of here, you idiots.
Bro, we had I think 12th most sacks in the league without a dominant edge
Without it.
rusher.
Right. Middle
We
of the
had,
pack.
yeah, 12th in the league isn't really even middle of the pack. It's the top third.
Yeah. Like a little bit high. Okay. I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like right in the top third of the league, right outside the top 10. It's not like, they were 12th and the 11th place team at 50 and they were 10 behind. The next place team probably had one more sack than they did, maybe two. You know what I mean? So I think the highest sack total is like 53 in the league. So it's not like, it's that tremendous. Bro, Lorenzo Carter apparently is balling fucking out.
Right.
There's people that are saying that they're thinking a few of the beat writers. I don't remember who exactly said it, but they said it's not what happened.
A couple of them said it.
Yeah, that he he might flirt with a double-digit sack season.
Dude,
Leonard Williams is a fucking monster, and I'm tired of the it was just 1 year bullshit. The fucking guy, if you look at everything but sacks, he's been as consistent a football player as there is in the NFL.
Even on the Jets, and they had nobody.
Pressures, quarterback hits, was right behind Aaron Donald year after year. The only thing that fucking didn't equate was for a couple of years it was sacks because he was playing on bad defenses.
Yeah.
Look what happened. He played on a good defense last year, and all of a sudden, that extra half a second, he was able to get home, and he had one of the most sacks with interior defensive linemen in the fucking NFL. So you're gonna have that better secondary with this fucking kid too. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
Come on now.
Ooh, and if the offensive line fucking plays good,
can I tell you my third bold prediction because it kind of ties in?
Yeah, good.
So my third bold prediction for the season was they're going to lead the NFL in both in getting interceptions, takeaways. The secondary, I mean specifically,
right.
The secondary is going to have the most takeaways and the most sacks in the NFL.
Wow. So the most.
I think Patrick Graham is going to really, really, really enjoy the fact that he could play man coverage. And those four safeties that they're going to have out there all the time, and then you can include Darnay Holmes and whoever else is going to be on the field there.
Yeah,
they're going to be sending guys on blitzes, man. And
that's
if you're going to have Williams and Lawrence potentially double covered, and then you have there's only 5 offensive linemen. You have Zoe is who they say they are. He's fucking having a good season. Azeez Ojulari and O'Shane Zimenez, they have a pretty decent season on the other side. You're gonna have you might have some free fucking sacks on the board just because you have good secondary.
Dude, I mean, you've seen how well Azeez have been playing this fucking preseason and in camp, and you hear all the fucking rave reviews about him. He's not even going to start for us. It's going to be the X-Man because the X-Man has been playing fucking lights out. So, dude, we got fucking talent coming off the edge left and right, dude. Oof. Forget about it.
That's what I'm saying, man. I understand the fans outside of the fan base, especially our division rivals. They're just going to talk shit for the sake of talking shit. But it's the people who actually do follow the team. You're just as plugged in as we are as far as all the moves that they're making. And you're still fucking trying to find reasons to be fucking negative, trying to find reasons for the team to be unsuccessful. How are you going to look at this 53-man roster and be like, oh yeah, this doesn't stack up to the rest of the NFL? Bro, get the fuck out of here.
So me and John both think we're going to fucking win on Sunday. So that leads us into our sponsor. It's listen, if anyone wants to join our pick'em pool, we have one being sponsored by PlayAction Pools. Go to playactionpools.com and look for us, the BBO NYG Podcast Pick'em Pool. Sign up. It's free. And the prize that we were going to announce last week, well, it's confirmed now. $300 to the winner.
That's right. 300 big ones that you can go ahead and buy yourself a nice pair of shoes. Maybe go buy some Giants tickets. That'll get you 2 tickets right there and a parking pass.
If you're one of those fucking giant hater losers, fucking buy some jet gear or some shit, you piece of shits. All right, but anyway, we're going to go over our picks. So the Giants play Denver, and the Giants are getting 3 points on this app. So obviously me and John are fucking taking the Giants.
It's such a joke.
I mean, that's
the disrespect just knows no bounds.
So to break up the monotony, we have to pick 4 Moneyball picks, and those 4 picks get just extra points to be the point leader. So I'm going to go with the Giants as a Moneyball pick, right? What do you think, John? Moneyball pick, right?
Let's do it.
All right, Moneyball pick it is. All right, now the first Thursday night game. We got fucking Tampa Bay Bucks -8 going against the Dallas fucking Cowboys. Dude, Dallas
I
is
love it.
dude. Now Dallas is without fucking Zach Martin because he
Yep.
had COVID. Dak
Yep,
doesn't
yep.
look that great. So they're a little shaky. They're on shaky ground, man. So I have to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks. What do you think, John?
You got to go Tampa in this case.
You think they blow them out?
Yeah, I think it'd be a 14-point win for them. Yeah, I think so.
So let's take them as a money ball pick too.
I think that I don't think Dallas is going to be horrific this year, and it pains me to say. I think Philly is going to be fucking a trash bag sewer right there.
Yep.
So they'll probably flirt with 4, 5, 6 wins, but I think Dallas could have 6, 7, 8 like that, maybe even 9 wins if they have a soft schedule. I don't know what their schedule looks like this year. But Dak hasn't played with his receivers on the field in a year. The fucking Buccaneers played an extra month of the season. It does the matchup does not favor the Cowboys, and it just feels so good to say fuck the Cowboys this week.
For real. All right, so that's definitely a money ball pick. Now the next game, Atlanta Falcons are -3.5 against the Philadelphia fucking Eagles. Those fucking quitters.
What do you got?
This is a tough one, man. I don't want to bet the Eagles, but the Falcons, they always consistently let me down as far as gambling goes. If I bet them, if I bet against them, they always seem to screw me somehow. I think one game they even tied and I pushed on a fucking major parlay. It was so heated. So I'm going to take the Eagles, man. What do you think, John?
I don't think I can utter the words, but I think I don't know if the Falcons are going to go ahead and just, lose 2 games in the first 3 to the NFC East. I don't know. 3 points. They're playing in Atlanta. Nah, I think if it was me, I'd go Atlanta.
You go
I think they
Atlanta.
could beat them by field goal.
All right. So I got to flip a coin here because we tie. We don't have Jules to decide. So the coin says Falcons. Falcons is the pick.
Yeah,
all right.
Fuck, bro. Fuck.
I know.
Against our division ever.
I just hate it, man. Maybe I'm jinxing the Eagles by saying that. All right, next game.
The curse of Jalen Hurts, bro. We talked about this.
Hey, man, he could have been our savior if they let him play the whole fucking second half last year. But anyway, the Jaguars are -3 going against the Houston Texans. Texans have no Watson. They're starting Tyrod Taylor, and Jacksonville starting the savior, Trey Lawrence, that all the NFL teams were trying to tank for. John, I got to go with the Jaguars, man. I mean, Houston just seems like they're done.
Yeah.
I think we have to probably put that as our third money ball pick.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of those, you just have a defeated franchise.
It must be so sad playing there. Can you imagine? Imagine going to the game opening day, you're a Houston Texan fan, and you can't, your main guy, Deshaun Watson, is not there. And you don't care. You just love football. You don't care that he's being a creep in all the massage parlors. You just want him out there as your starting quarterback. But he's not there. And the rest of the team must be just all doom and gloom, man. So Jacksonville is the bet.
Agreed.
All right. Next game. Tennessee Titans -3 against the Arizona Cardinals. Titans are at home. This is a tough game, man. Cardinals, they're pretty talented fucking group.
Yeah, what game was this? Where I can't find it.
Titans are at home. So Arizona got the
Cardinals. Yeah.
Yeah, so Arizona got to fly there, but still a time difference. It's a 1 o'clock game.
How long of a flight is it from Arizona to Tennessee? That's probably not 3 hours.
It's not that bad, but it's still coming close to the east side.
Yeah, different time zone. What does your gut tell you?
Man, Cardinals, I don't know if they're ready right now. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Titans.
I agree with you. I like the Titans.
The home team.
I think one of the big things in football, especially in the beginning of the season, is consistent run games going to help. I think it's harder to get your passing game into sync to start off the season, unless you guys have been playing together for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. There's many teams in the league right now that have, really established offensive cores at this point that are playing together for 3+ years. The days of Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, those days really aren't there. Think of every team. You're not even New England. Tom Brady's gone. who's been around? Just Philip Rivers. I mean, excuse me, Ben Roethlisberger. But you can always rely on a good run game. And Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, so let's go fucking Titans, baby.
Well, they still got Tannehill.
And what?
They still got Ryan Tannehill. Sure,
He's
he's been
not bad
playing.
though.
Yeah, he's been playing not bad at times, but he's still like he'll still throw those bad picks. Like he's still bad at times. You know what I mean? It's like because I bet on him a lot too, and he kind of screwed me. So yeah, but I'll still bet on him this week going with the Titans. Next game, Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia is home. They are -6.5 against Pittsburgh. When do you ever see Pittsburgh getting points? Pittsburgh is always the fucking favorite. Every year, they're always like -3, -1, a pick 'em, -7, -10. This game, I know a lot of people are high in the Bills. Like, oh, Josh Allen, he's going to have a great year, but I will never bet against Pittsburgh, man. Pittsburgh still got that, team. They got a nice running back in Najee Harris. Big Ben's still there. He looks healthier than he was last year. Looks like his shoulder got better. So I'm going to have to go with the Steelers getting 6.5 points. John, you agree?
I won't go against you here. No.
All right.
It's 6.5 points too. It's not even an outright win, right?
No. So even if they lose,
so the Bills can still win, but not by they got to win by a touchdown.
That might be the game of the week at 1:00. That might be a really good game to watch.
That is yeah, you're right.
So the next game is probably not that great game to watch. Is the Minnesota Vikings are -3.5 against the Bengals. Bengals is home. Joe Burrow comes back. It's exciting. He's still got a shitty line, but he's got weapons. Man, Vikings they still got, Kirk Cousins, which I don't know, he does dumb shit all the time too. But sometimes he doesn't do dumb shit and he just hands the ball off to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook takes it to the house all the fucking time. So you know what? So I'm gonna have to go with Minnesota -3.5.
Agreed.
And there we go, halfway done. All right, Seattle. This is an interesting game. Seattle has to go to Indianapolis to face the Colts, and Seattle's -2.5 against the Colts. Colts, I guess, is Wentz playing?
I fucking
they said he looked okay, like he was going to start. But Seattle's always tough.
Well, you know what? He's not on the injury report, so
he's playing. You know what?
Yeah.
I was going back and forth between this game between Seattle, because Colts they got a good D, they got a good running game. But
is it going to be Wentz-Annapolis or is it going to be Seattle?
Dude, I'm gonna change it. I was leading Seahawks all day, but I think Nelson's playing for the Colts, so I'm gonna go with the Colts. What do you think?
I think Seahawks.
You think Seahawks? All right.
Yeah. I think they got a good head coach and a good quarterback, and they're one of those teams that have been established for a long time. I think Metcalf's going into his third year at this point with the team, and they have an established team. They may not be as good as they once were, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that helps them. Carson Wentz is going to be his first game in the season. He's not exactly 100% healthy, so you never know if he's mentally there. He's shown to be a mentally weak person and quarterback and athlete in general. I feel like Seattle. in this game, Mike.
The coin says Seattle, so we're going with Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson never disappoints. He always plays well, keeps his team in the game at all times.
Yeah,
he's a really good quarterback, man. Let's see, Chargers -1. They are away, but they're in Washington. Listen, I'm rooting for the Chargers, baby. Justin Herbert, go fucking kill him. So I think we're in agreement with this. Chargers.
Yeah, fuck Justin Herbert, but I definitely hope he fucking just eviscerates Washington. We'll get him later.
I like Justin. I like Justin. He's going to be good. I want him in a giant uniform, but he didn't. He wanted to stay in school and learn like an idiot.
Mike, I hate every other athlete that's not in fucking Giants blue, bro. I just fucking do. Every single one. Murray, Baker, Mayfield. I hate all of them.
That's when you. Play
I'm just fucking loyal.
Hey, listen, I get it. There's a lot of people like you, but I'll tell you, when you do start playing fantasy football, you start rooting for these guys. It's weird. You root for the guys. I hate to say it, but it's true.
I hear you. So growing up, my whole life, I always was fans of other teams and other players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've had Maybe I have. I've had like fucking memorabilia from other fucking
Like Barry
people, not
Sanders or
necessarily a
some
jersey.
shit.
Yeah, something like just guys that I used to like from other players and stuff like that. Especially like
Yep.
Madden days where I really play with my friends, like would have favorites, Daniel Thomas and Peterson, like guys like that. Now I think I've gotten so jaded because of the New York media that I just can't like anybody else because I'm so invested in wanting to fucking prove these assholes fucking wrong, both foreign and domestic, that I
Yeah.
just don't like anybody else. I just want to see the Giants win and everybody else go fucking 0-16.
Don't we all?
0-16. Everybody ties, never wins a game. Giants go 16-0, 17-0.
We all.
I know, Mike. You got to go. You got to
Yeah.
rush. Let's
Yeah,
keep
we
going.
we all do. So we're gonna do like a little speed round for the last few games. San Fran -8 against Detroit. Detroit getting no respect. I'm gonna give Detroit respect. I'm gonna bet them with the 8 points. What do you think, John?
I'm gonna go with your gut.
All right, Detroit
what I think I'm
it
gonna do.
is. The next game, Panthers -6 going against the Jets. Jets are away, getting 6 points against their old quarterback, Sam Darnold. I'm gonna have to bet the Jets, John. Give them the 6 points.
I think so too. I think the Panthers are gonna win, but I don't know that they're winning by almost a fucking touchdown. So
I think it's going to be a close game, possibly even overtime game. All right, the next game, the game that got moves, Packers are -4.5 against the Saints, and they're playing, I believe, in Florida, so it's not technically a home game, I guess. Man, this is a really tough game. 4.5 Packers.
You think so?
Yeah, everybody likes betting the Packers. Saints, like they got Winston. Winston has been playing well, man. He's been playing pretty well. Like I think he might have like a really good year. I'm gonna have to go with the Saints because the Sean Payton coach team, they're disciplined.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying, but I don't know, man. I think
Packers
Aaron Rodgers, he's just to say fuck you, he's gonna go balls to the wall.
flip of the coin. It is the Saints. So the Saints got
All
this.
right. Okay.
All right. Next game, Patriots -3 against Miami. Mac Jones, is he ready to beat a Dolphins team? I don't think so. I think Dolphins got it.
But does ESPN not show all the fucking games on here? It can't. I'm like looking. I'm like, what is going on here? All right. So it was the Patriots at Miami.
Miami's away.
Miami's
in New England. Yeah.
And what's the spread?
3.
3. You got to go Bill Belichick.
Got to go Belichick. Then the coin says Bill Belichick. So Belichick it is. All right, we know this game. The Giants-Broncos. Giants getting 3. That's crazy. Giants all the way. Moneyball bet. Chiefs -6 going against the Browns. I actually like the Browns getting the points because Chiefs, new offensive line, might be a little struggle going against that Cleveland front. Might throw Mahomes into a little trouble. And the games have been close between these guys, even though the Chiefs won the last like 6 in a row. So I'm taking the Browns getting the points.
Yeah, 6 points is a lot. I wouldn't have thought it would be that much as a opening of the season game.
But it is. So Browns?
I'll go with your gut.
All right.
It makes me a little bit queasy to ever, give the benefit of the doubt to Odell Beckham team.
I know, but it's Mahomes.
Mayfield and shit.
I get it. You want to bet against them too, but like I said, Mahomes and fucking, Kansas City, he could put up a touchdown, 2 touchdowns like real quick. But I don't know. Yeah, let's roll with the Browns, see what happens there. The next game, you want a bigger spread. Here it is. Rams -7.5 against the Bears. Rams, Matthew Stafford. Bears are away. They're not at home.
This is obviously the Rams. The Bears are going to be terrible.
I'm gonna have to go with the Rams too. And the next game, the final game, Ravens -5.5 against the Raiders. Ravens, like they have no run game, man. I'm interested to see how Lamar Jackson plays coming from behind now. And that's not always that great. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders getting 5.5.
Wow. I got 4.5 on ESPN right now, but
went up.
Interesting. Courtesy of Caesar Sportsbook, it says. Wow, Raiders, huh? So I'll go with your gut, but I would say, about the point about the, good run games in the beginning of the season.
Right.
That would bode well for the Ravens, and it's only 4.5 points. And I don't know the Raiders are supposed to be really particularly awesome either. So
I don't think so either. All right, so here we go. So our picks, and the Moneyball picks are Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, the Steelers, and of course, our boys, the New York Football Giants. But guys, sign up, man. It's fun. You know, we're going to see who the winner is at the end of the year. You know, every week we're going to announce, like, you know, who's the leader, who had the most points this week in this pick and pool. We got like quite a few people signing up right now. I expect it to grow in the next few days. So, guys, next time we'll be talking to you about a giant win.
We were talking about a giant fucking win. 1-0. Let's fucking do it. Enough of the fucking nonsense. Enough of the fucking speculation. Enough of the fucking shit talking. Let's fucking go. Win game 1. Make a fucking statement right out of the fucking gate. The game's at home. The game is in fucking New Jersey. Win the fucking game.
31 points. We're both in agreement. Guys, we'll see you next
31-13,
week.
baby.
Baby, yo, NYG Podcast. Hey, everyone. Do you think you're a football genius? Or do you just want to win $300? Well, guess what? The time is now, and now is the time. Join PlayActionPools.com and search for the BBO NYG Podcast Pick 'em Pool. Pick every game each week in the NFL season with the spread. And if at the end of the year you are in first place, you're getting paid. Hurry up and log on. Find out how you're eligible to win this prize.